Oh my gosh, Scorpio. I did a whole video and I didn't even realize it wasn't recording. Well, that was frustrating, but I'm not going to put these cards away. I'm just going to repeat what I said, but I'm going to sum it up. Sometimes I ramble anyway, so maybe it was a good thing. I don't know. It's freaking Mercury retrograde. What are you going to do? So, this is you, Queen of Clubs. This is you, passionate, psychic, intuitive, can be an occultist, definitely the witch of the queens. You're working on something, and it's something like intuitively based, something intuitively inclined, something creative or spiritual, or some kind of arts. So you are working at something, hard at work, something that, using a skill that was divinely given to you. You have a new emotional beginning, something that you are deeply emotionally connected to. You're starting something brand new, whether it be a business or relationship. And you are starting something and there's a lot of potential for it. Now the foundation is the Three of Coins in reverse. This is no longer working with someone. This is no longer consulting with someone, no longer communicating with somebody. Perhaps in the past you've had a lot of influences in your life who have steered you in the wrong way. And perhaps these were the people that you've went into to get advice from or assistance or help from, and they just kind of held you back. So now you're no longer working with those people. You have a clearing out period where you got rid of a lot of people and things that kind of muck up your energy and don't apply positively within your life. Now, Knight of Coins, in the past, you are being a lot more careful about who you engage with, because people in the past tend to not really give much. They're always like, oh, well, what is in it for them? You know, they kind of weigh options on what's best for them and not really for the best of the outcome for everyone involved or the situation. The Knight of Coins, although they are the most reliable out of the rest of the knights, when they do give an offer, they also are the slowest. So if they do give an offer, you know, it's if they ever give that offer, it is more reliable than the rest of the knights. But just keep in mind, it's still a freaking knight. You know, you want a king. And knights, you know, they're kind of like the fly-by nightlies, you know. And this is someone who has, they're not exactly the person that you want to depend on as in as a whole when you want to build with somebody. You want to build with a king or a queen, you know, or emperor or empress, you know. This is someone that can be younger or someone that can be somewhat immature, you know. Perhaps you've had a lot of people like this in your life who didn't offer much or give much to you, and now you are returning that behavior back to situations that don't serve you, because it seems like you gave a lot in the past. Now you are protecting yourself, your energy, what you are creating and building, whether it be a relationship, a business, a creative idea, or even a skill on top of that. And you're protecting it, you're guarding it, you're guarding your energy, because these people in the past have thrown you off course in your life. They've thrown you off your life path, and every time you brought people in to help, they kept on kicking you off that path and not contributing. It's like maybe you felt like within your life you kept on attracting the same type of people, like people who were really codependent or exploitative, and now you feel like you are wounded and you have to protect your energy, because it seems like everyone you bring in has wounded you, because you have went towards them with the perspective that everybody is like you, and you would do for them as they would do for you, but it didn't end up to be true. You ended up being burned, and now you're protecting your energy and your creations and whatever you're manifesting, which you should. Just know this is something that you're building, and it is intuitively given. This is spiritual gifts that were given to you, and you feel quite fulfilled going towards it. And that's why you feel an emotional connection going towards it. Page of Coins. This is messages, knights or movement, pages or messages. Messages about an offer. Maybe somebody wants to give an offer to you, or you want to give an offer to somebody, or maybe you are just going over paperwork on how things should be done. You know, what steps should you take, and how you want to give an offer. Maybe some kind of offer is coming your way. A message about an offer. Somebody wants to give you a message about wanting to offer you something, or you them. Now, how you see yourself, you feel like blockages has been cleared. Roads are opened, and whatever psychic blocks or situations you feel like has been opened up, and you're no longer letting your fear and anxiety and hold you back from achieving your dreams and your goals and your life path and purpose. Perhaps in some way you psychologically held yourself back because you've had a lot of exploitative people, and when you feel like you are emotionally depleted or used, and people that are exploitative, they are emotionally abusive, and they tend to undermine your confidence in yourself, your confidence in your abilities, and it creates an inner critic within you. And perhaps the longer you're away from people like this, the more clarity that you're going to have, and the less your ego gets in the way of achieving your dreams and what you are intuitively guided to go towards. Now, how others perceive you on the outside, the Hierophant, they see you as someone deeply spiritual, someone who's deeply knowledgeable on top of spiritual. So it's a balance of the two. Someone who is knowledgeable about structures, government, organizations, religions. Someone who also has a connection to the divine, and they uphold structures and traditions. Someone sees you as deeply intelligent, deeply spiritual. Maybe even a bit dogmatic, though, in, your opinions and the way that you think. But that's all part of a Scorpio, right? Is that black and white thinking, but sometimes that's needed in order for you to uphold your own religious beliefs. If you can't teach a religious structure and a religious belief, it's almost needed to be dogmatic in order to consume it and teach it. These are like, social constructs, and, the way things are done, and traditions, and, but they see you as someone deeply intelligent, deeply spiritual. Somewhat dogmatic, though. But hey, whatever, you're a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio rising. I'm a Scorpio with the Aries sun, so freaking let me tell you, when it comes to being like black and white thinking, I get it. You know, but they see you as someone that is deeply intelligent, and I know that you are. Now, you are building, you are working, you're hard at work. Your hopes and fears. You're putting in the work. What you're afraid of is all of this work that you're putting in, it won't pay off. Whatever you're trying to build, and you're trying to build skill, you're trying to build product, you're trying to build a creative project or relationship or situation, and you're putting a lot of work in, you're not afraid of the work. You're just afraid that it won't bear fruit and give you the same amount of benefit as the work that you put in. You hope this is something that will be like, you know, a equitable situation, whether it be a business that can support you in the future or a relationship that will give equally give and take to you. But that's all about being like really perceptive and clear and observant about whoever you keep around you. So in order for them not to throw you off your life path, throw you off your focus, because it seems like these people in the past, that's exactly what they did. They threw you off your game and you had to rebuild again. And perhaps you started from the beginning a couple of times, and a change was definitely needed. What is the outcome? Is the emperor. You saw this change. You are going to implement these change, and that's by guarding yourself from people who are not giving equally to you, who doesn't offer you support into achieving your dreams and your ultimate goals, who doesn't give you the same support that you would give them. This is you gaining autonomy. You know, this is you becoming your own boss, your CEO. This is you attaining all of your achievements and goals, and no longer having to take orders from anybody else. You know, you being, this is the boss of bosses. People take direction from you, and you would never really want to accept authority in an easy way. You would do it if you had to in the job wise, but you never felt comfortable because that wasn't your space in life. That wasn't the position that you were meant to go in life. And every time you were in that position, you felt uncomfortable, and it makes sense because you were not meant to work for somebody. You were meant to be your own boss. And even if it's not your own boss, you are meant to be autonomous and independent into whatever you're doing and be the top of all of that top. And that's what Scorpio, when you have that laser, a set focus, it's like, it is like pinpoint precision, you know? But just know whatever you are trying to build and put the work in, you will achieve everything that you need to within you, what your goals that you're trying to make. You're going to achieve it, and it will lead you into amazing things. Now, what was underneath the deck was the Hermit. Usually, this is the dark night of the soul. Sorry. Usually, this could be dealing with a Virgo as well. But usually you hit that dark night of the soul is when you have a deeply hurtful experience. Maybe many deeply hurtful experience by many situations, relationships within your life. Maybe foundations have broken down, and now it's time for you to go within yourself and to learn about yourself and meet the call of that wild, to go into the dark night of the wilderness and the abyss and try to find a connection back to yourself and ultimately back to the divine. You've had a deeply a deep awareness and a clarity within this journey. Universe is giving you a holding period within this period, and you are meant to make the most of it, to learn about yourself, your own weaknesses, your strengths, what it is that kept you back from achieving the things that you know that you were meant to do, the people around them that you allowed them to hold yourself back because maybe in some way you held yourself back and you've used them as an excuse to not achieve it because you were afraid that it wouldn't bear fruit the way that you thought it would because you were unsure of yourself and your abilities. But don't be. You are deeply powerful. You are a manifester, and universe definitely puts you into this holding period to work on these gifts, to realize these gifts, to work on these gifts, and work on your life path and journey, what you're meant to do on this in this lifetime. When you're coming out of this situation, you've learned boundaries because you're through with getting hurt, damaged, and injured by people you trusted, by being so trusting and allowing them into your space. Now you're being a lot more observant. You're protecting your empire and your goals, your dreams, and your own resources, because it seems like you've gotten hurt a lot by many different avenues and people because you have a deep love and loyalty for people that you let into your life, and that allowed them into your space to hurt you. And now you have learned by being wounded so many times of what was the thing that held you back. It wasn't just these people. It was also a fear of achieving and doing everything that you can be. There is a certain amount of fear of success as well, on top of a fear of failure. And you're trying to guard yourself from it in some way, and all it did was hurt you by not moving towards the direction that you know you need to go towards, by allowing yourself to be caught up by distractions and outside entities and people that could never fulfill you the way you'll have that fulfillment by going towards your life path, your life goals, and your life purpose. And perhaps now that you've seen this and you realize this, is gaining yourself a new superpower to become a little more aware of the people, behaviors, and tendencies that would come into your space and environment. And it's like that Scorpio, you gained a new shell. And instead of allowing them to come into your space to hurt you, that you would need to strike, it's being more aware of the space around you so they won't even get that close. And this is for the people who have hurt you in the past and the people that will come into your life. It will gain your autonomy, whatever direction that you're going towards, if you keep on trying to protect it and keep the naysayers out of your brain, that inner critic within yourself that used to hold you up. It will create a legacy within your life. And if you build it, they will come. If you put the work in, you'll get achievement. You'll gain this independence and financial freedom, and to be the emperor of your own kingdom. No longer people are going to come and put their thumb over you and expect you to be their peon, because you are not anybody's slave. You're not anybody's soldier. You know, you are the boss, and you were meant to be that boss because you were never meant to be put in a position that would allow someone to reign over you. And every time you were in that position, it made you uncomfortable because you were never meant to be in that position. You were meant to be your own boss, and I feel that. Perhaps you have Aries within your chart, and I feel like you're working towards a business, a creative endeavor, and you're building work and skill to achieve your dreams. And don't be afraid that it won't give you the results that you need. It will. Just have the courage to keep moving forward, and don't be discouraged if things don't happen the way or as fast as you expected it to be. This holding period was meant for you to go within yourself, to learn more about yourself, to be more aware of what your spiritual gifts are, your connection to spirit, and how it is that you give up your power towards outside forces and people, thinking that they could give you a level of fulfillment, and being completely disappointed when they never do. And they never will, because it's when you have that deep fulfillment within yourself is when you're going towards your life path. And nobody on the outside could give that to you. And maybe this is something that you learned along the way. And it's a good lesson to remember, in order for people to come into your space and feed off your energy and throw you off your path and undermine your own confidence in yourself, in order to kind of take all of your own gifts and resources and harbor them for themselves. It's time to put the work back into you, and you're working towards something, and you will achieve amazing things with it. Put the work in. And once you put the work in, be prepared for a huge change within your life. Like, universe will meet you halfway if you put the work in. What you don't see, that it's time for you to stop holding yourself back. Know that have faith that the direction that you're going towards will lead to your happiness, because this is your life path, this is your life purpose, and you will have an inner fulfillment as you're doing it and when you do it. Because you have a deeply spiritual path within your wake, Scorpio, and whether you are a Scorpio sun, ascendant, or moon, within this lifetime, you were given that placement in order to realize your spiritual gifts and your spiritual path within this lifetime. And it's time for you to go towards it. Answer the call of the wild, and you'll be amazed at how the universe will meet you, and the deep fulfillment that you have when you achieve your goals. And it's not by actually achieving your goals, but it's actually you working towards it every day. You'll feel more fulfilled, because you never want to go towards something thinking that you'll be fulfilled if you achieve a goal. That's not how you manifest. The way that you manifest creating something into existence is you realize that it's not that tangible thing or that tangible goal or, this tangible result of you achieving it that's going to make you happy. Because if you look at it like that, you're going to be disappointed. What you really want, it's not that thing, that goal. It's about what is it how your life will change when you meet that goal. Like, what is it that you'll gain? Will you get more time with your family? Will you get more vacations? Will you have less stress? Will you have more fulfillment and comfort into every day, knowing that you have everything that you need? And the lack of anxiety that you have when you spend time with your family and taking care of that. All of those things. And the way that you manifest is put yourself in that place where you've already achieved it and you are enjoying all of those things that your achievement will get to you. How do you feel being able to just, go on a trip around the world, or spend day and night with your family, not having to work, or, for like that vacation, or as in like not being afraid of putting food on your plate, and, of knowing that everything tangibly is taken care of you. Of course, you'll have to put in the work in, but knowing that you will have opportunities to take the time out to enjoy your life, and not being in fear that it can be taken away from you from any outside source. What is it, those feelings? Is it happiness? Is it comfort? Is it, being satisfied? And you put yourself in the energy and the emotions that you already achieved it. You're on this vacation. You're enjoying your life. And it's that feeling that you put yourself in every day. You allow yourself to be happy every day within that energy. And that energy is the thing that will make you manifest amazing things. And I know you have an amazing manifestation powers already. I could see this. You are deeply spiritual and learned. And, this is just an extra tip for your manifestation-wise. You could be dealing with definitely an Aries. Lots of Aries within this. You could have that in your chart. You got Virgo, you have Taurus, you have Pisces, you have Sag. Yeah. But whatever you have, whatever you work towards, you will achieve. Because you have so many amazing gifts, so many spiritual gifts that you were blessed with in this lifetime. It's time you put that to work into going towards your life path that was put out for you within this lifetime. But that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Donation box below. And if you feel moved to do so. Sometimes I leave extra stuff on the end. If I channel anything extra. But if not, I love you lots, and I will talk to you later. Bye.